Hi, I'm Vida. Welcome to the weekly news roundup, and these are your headlines. Court issued warrants for 9 former opposition party members. Sam Rainsy refusal to bat over West Point degree vindicates Army commander. Court reopens Radio Free Asian dual spy case. Court finds 2 Japanese men guilty of killing taxi driver in Siem Reap. Angkor tourist decline continues. Government reached custom revenue goal 3 months in advance. As always, we start with national. Phnom Penh Municipal Court last night issued arrest warrants for 9 former opposition party members over their involvement in an alleged plot to topple the government next month. Sam Rainsy, who is currently in exile, has been vowing to return to the kingdom to restore democracy and human rights. Mr. Rainsy said he will return on November 9. Mr. Rainsy recently launched a 9-figure campaign online to bolster support for his return, which the government considered a plot to stake a coup. Prime Minister Hun Sen said that those who joined the campaign will face the law. Phnom Penh Municipal Court last night issued a statement saying arrest warrants had been issued for Mr. Rainsy, Ain Chai Ieng, Mua Sok Hua, U Chan Rat, Ho Wan, Long Ri, Man Sathao Ren, Chu Long Somara and Notrum Dul. It said, quote, the 9 accused were charged with attack in a criminal case according to Article 27 and Article 451 of the Criminal Code over a plot to stage a coup to topple the government. Royal Cambodian Army Commander Lieutenant General Hun Manet on Tuesday said he was vindicated after Sam Rainsy refused to take on a wager over the former's degrees from the West Point Military Academy. Lieutenant General Manet graduated from the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York in 1999, becoming the first Cambodian alumni. On Monday, Lieutenant General Manet said he was surprised to see a video of Mr. Rainsy addressing supporters in the US, in which he said West Point provided 2 categories of certificates for US and foreign students. Mr. Rainsy alleged that Lieutenant General Manet's West Point graduation was, quote, fake or only an honorary diploma for show. Lieutenant General Manet then challenged Mr. Rainsy to provide evidence to back up his claim, pushing for a wager in which he would resign from all his military positions if proven wrong, and if proven right, Mr. Rainsy would have to leave politics forever. However, Mr. Rainsy declined, suggesting that it is the Hun family that needs to prove the authenticity of the degree. Lieutenant General Manet said Mr. Rainsy refusal to take on the bet is evidence that his claims are false. He said, quote, Mr. Rainsy had responded by saying no need to take an oath, which means they are not to bet. He does not dare to defend himself. Prime Minister Hun Sen on Wednesday said he visited his son at West Point twice and that the US can verify Lieutenant General Manet's degree.
ចឹងទៅសួរ West Point ទៅសួររដ្ឋាភិបាលអាមេរិកទៅបើរដ្ឋាភិបាលអាមេរិកទទួលយកហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតដោយមិនចាំបាច់ប្រឡងគឺរដ្ឋាភិបាលអាមេរិកក៏ជារដ្ឋាភិបាលពុករលួយមួយមិនចឹងមានអ្នកខ្លះចេញមកទៅសេពីម្សិលខ្ញុំអានទៅខ្ញុំថាអូដល់ថ្នាក់ប៉ុណ្ណឹងគេថាឆ្នាំនោះក៏ជាឆ្នាំដែលគេប្រឡងចូល West Point ដែរប៉ុន្តែគេបែរជាអត់ជាប់បែរជាហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតជាប់
Phnom Penh Municipal Court yesterday ruled that the espionage case against 2 former Radio Free Asian journalists has to be re-investigated with an unscheduled verdict. Presiding Judge Amwana said the court requires an investigating judge to analyze the case and review all evidence collected earlier before it reaches a decision whether or not Uon Chen or Yin Sothiran would be found guilty. Judge Vanna said investigating judge Pach Vichitho will be reassigned to question Mr. Chen, Mr. Sothiran and others involved and once again review all information. However, he did not elaborate when a verdict is due. After hearings in July and August, Judge Vanna announced that the verdict would be given on August 30. However, it was delayed when he had to attend a Justice Ministry meeting that day. Later, it was announced that the verdict was due yesterday. Outside of the courtroom yesterday, Mr. Chen and Mr. Sothiran decried the proceeding. They said they were exasperated that the court spent too much time concluding their cases.
រយៈពេលនៃការស៊ើបអង្កេតចាប់ខ្លួនពួកខ្ញុំរយៈពេល2 ឆ្នាំជាងហើយ
The duo was arrested in November 2017 and charged with illegally providing information to a foreign state, an allegation both denied. Siem Reap Provincial Court yesterday found two Japanese nationals guilty of killing a taxi driver in the province Phu district earlier this year. Ishida Raymond and Nakakuki Ryoji, both 24, were found guilty of premeditated murder over the killing of 41-year-old Huam Chan. Provincial Court spokesman Yin Sran said the charges council found both men guilty and sentenced Mr. Nakakuki to 13 years in prison, while Mr. Ishida was given 10 years. Mr. Srang noted that two men were also told to compensate the victim's wife, but Sok Chamran, the victim's wife, said the amount is not enough. She added she will consider filing an appeal with a higher court to receive more compensation. The duo during their hearing on September 9 said they wanted to steal the taxis but did not intend to kill the victim. Mr. Nakakuki said he wanted to steal the taxi because he owed money to a person in Japan and he came to Cambodia to work. Japanese embassy spokesman Suzuki Hironori yesterday extended condolences to the victim's family. Mr. Suzuki said, quote, "While we are aware that the Siem Reap Provincial Court has sentenced the two Japanese citizens, we would like to refrain from making further comments as the legal process still continues." On to our top business stories. The number of foreign visitors at the world-famous Angkor Archaeological Park in Siem Reap Province continues to decline, according to the latest figures from Angkor Enterprise. Angkor Enterprise latest report issued on Tuesday shows that 1.6 million foreign tourists bought passes to the temple complex from January to September, a 12% decline over the same 9-month period last year. Income from ticket sales reached just $74 million, a 13% decline. Chuk Chumno Ministry of Tourism spokesman told Khmer Times on Tuesday that the fall was mainly the result of fewer Chinese tourists visiting the province. Mr. Chumno linked the decline in the number of Chinese visitors to the province to trade tension between the United States and China. Mr. Chumno said, quote, "Chinese tourists that visit Siem Reap are middle class, so the amount of money that they can afford to spend on traveling has been affected by the US-China trade war." He said, by contrast, the number of Chinese visitors in Phnom Penh and Sihanoukville on the country's coast is on the rise. He said these Chinese visitors tend to be business people and investors. Mr. Chumno pointed out that South Korean visitors in Siem Reap are also declining, but noted that tourist arrivals from other nationalities have remained stable. During the first 9 months of the year, Cambodia earned $2.3 billion from customs and excise collection, surpassing the government's target for the whole year by 5%, Prime Minister Hun Sen revealed on Wednesday. Speaking during a graduation ceremony at Corporate Conference Hall, the Premier said the government's goal for custom and excise revenue for 2019, outlined in the proposed budget for the year, has been achieved 3 months ahead of schedule. Mr. Hun Sen expects the General Department of Custom and Excise to collect $800 million over the official goal by the end of the year. The money will be spent on public investment in priority sectors, he said. Mr. Hun Sen said the government earns $500 million a month from tax and other sources. He said, quote, "Every month we earn about $500 million and spend about $300 million. This means we are saving about $200 million a month. This money is used for public investment so that we don't have to rely on foreign governments." That is all for this week. Join us again next time for another episode. Please like, share and follow. If you have what you want to share with us, write in the comment section below. On behalf of the team, have a good weekend.